The progressive era really hits full swing in 1900 when Teddy Roosevelt takes over the office of the presidency. Prior to 1900 and Teddy Roosevelt, most of the regulation of business was left to Congress, and they really didn't have much of an interest in doing so. There was some effort to do it with the Antitrust Act. There was some effort through the Granger laws. But for the most part, big business was running the show throughout the Gilded Age. When Roosevelt takes office in 1900, though, he's going to try to use the office of the presidency to create what he's going to call a square deal. We'll talk about that more in a moment. The goal of the progressives was to break up monopolies. Monopolies sought to control all of the means of production in a territory, be the only seller in a territory, and in that way they could drive up prices. They didn't have to have as good a quality. By eliminating competition, they hurt the consumers. So progressives said if we break up monopolies, get more competition, everyone benefits. And in the 1900s, remember the Panic of 1893, the depressions that were hitting were actually helping big business, because when the economy was bad, big business could survive, but the smaller businesses would struggle, and big businesses would swoop in and take up all the struggling businesses, creating monopolies. Teddy Roosevelt takes office in 1900. He's going to be known as a trust buster, a monopoly buster, and he's going to use as his main weapon the Sherman Antitrust Act, or the Act Against Monopolies, which had passed prior to his presidency. He's going to use it, and he's going to try to use it effectively. But the thing is, Teddy Roosevelt was never as big a trust buster as what myth would have. He wanted to control the monopolies. He said that some monopolies were good. Think of like your electric company, right? That's a monopoly. They said it's okay to have some monopolies, but we need to be able to control them. And if they become bad monopolies, then we will destroy them. Some monopolies are good. He's going to be known as this square deal, right? He's going to want to give labor also an equal fair hearing with management. So he's also going to be known for his coal strike in 1902. This is only a couple of years into his presidency when he's still earning this reputation as a trust buster. And in this coal strike, I believe it's in Pennsylvania, the owners locked out the miners who were seeking better wages and better pay and better conditions, the holy trinity of the labor movement. And the owners were going to lock them out and kind of starve them out. And up until this point, the federal government had always supported the ownership. This is the first time that we're going to see the federal government is going to act more like a referee, trying to support a fair fight between the two. Teddy Roosevelt goes to the mine owners and says that he will nationalize the mine, using the army to mine the coal out of the mine shaft if the owners don't give the miners a fair hearing. In sense, he forces the owners to negotiate with the miners and gives them this refereed fair fight. And the coal strike ends with the miners getting some benefits, not everything they wanted, but some. And the ownership now knows that Teddy Roosevelt is going to work for this fair fight rather than just supporting the ownership at all cost.